Hello and welcome to Pilates with the foam roller. A wonderful piece of equipment for both stability and stiffness. So to increase the range of movement through your thoracic spine, increase your posture and open things up a little bit after a hard day's work in the office or training. So either way, we're going to start off with the roller in front of your thighs here. We're going to bring your hands there, feet hip width apart, toes pointing forwards, lift and separate your toes a little bit, lifting up through the arches. Tuck your bottom under, soften the knee slightly, scooping in that lower tummy, opening out through the front of the chest. And we're just going to be squatting down and rolling the roller down through the legs, down the thighs, and then pulling up and pushing into the roller, opening out the front of the chest each time. Push down, squeeze your bum as you come back up, tighten up through the thighs, open out through the front of the chest. Good, squatting down, opening out through the front of the chest. So let the body come forwards on the squat. Let your hips come back, folding at the hip joints. Good, sitting back down through the heels. Good work. Keep opening out through the front of the chest. Good stuff. Okay, just a couple more of those. Brilliant. We're going to bring the roller to the side. And then we're going to take the weight over to the other side. So we're just using this slightly for balance, not putting too much weight down through it. Picking up the other leg, toes pulled up in front of you, squat down on this leg and pulling back up again. So squat down, touch the leg behind and pull back up in front of you. Squeeze your bum each time when you come up, again letting the body come forwards and come back up. Excellent. Good, keeping wide through the front of the chest, come up tall each time, pull the toes up in front of you each time. Good, just tapping the toe behind. We're not stepping back and lunging, we're just tapping the toe behind. Good, 2 more. Last one. Brilliant. Take that foot down, feet hip width apart, bring the roller to the other side, and then picking up the other leg, pulling the toes up, stretch back, and come back up again. Good, squeeze this bum, just tap the toe behind, pull the toes up in between. Good, squeezing up through this leg, keeping the chest open, not putting too much weight down through that arm. Good. Squeezing in your tummy. Brilliant, 2 more. Last one. Good stuff. Feet hip width apart again. This is one of my favourite ones. Take the roller, hands on either side, straight up above your head. Drop the shoulders down, straighten out through the elbows, and then we're just pulling up onto the toes. So a lot of people have real problems keeping the roller up like this, keeping the elbows straight, keeping the shoulders down, squeezing in your tummy. Really thinking about pulling up through the calves, drawing up through the calves as you pull up onto your toes. Good. Take the weight forwards a little bit, ready to draw up through the toes, pulling the heels off the floor, squeezing your bum, bottom under, tummy in, shoulders down, elbows straight. Good, and then a little bit of Pilates footwork. Bend your knees, heels down, back up onto the toes. Bend your knees, heels, back up, drop those shoulders. Arms are aching a little bit now, I'd imagine. Good. 3 more. Good. Brilliant. Last one. Okay, we're just going to roll down onto the mat. So put the roller in front of you here, stand on the end of your mat, chin to your chest, curling down, rolling down 1 vertebra at a time, all the way to the bottom. Drop the roller down, and we can roll it out in front of us. So a little bit like a yoga downward dog. So pushing out in front, drawing the sitting bones straight up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're fortunate enough to be doing it outside just like me in the sun. Good, we're going to pull it back in again. And 1 more time, roll it out in front of you. This is assuming that you've got the range in the hamstrings to do this. If you haven't, just hang as low as you can. And then for everybody, bend and straighten alternate knees. Good, let the head and the arms go heavy. Rare opportunity just to take the weight off your shoulders from the head. Let the neck relax a little bit. Good, and breathe in and out a couple of times here. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to roll down onto the roller. So put it lengthways on the mat, just like this. And what you need to do is sit right on the end. If you're going to get your head on the other end, you need to sit right on the end here. Feet hip width apart and roll down onto it, supporting yourself either side with your hands here. Okay, now some people find this a little bit more harsh than others, lying on the roller. Some are harder than others as well, but it's really good for opening out through the chest. Okay, so if we lengthen through the back of the neck first, open out the front of the chest, melt the ribs down. It might be easier to find how the ribs come down to fix down onto the roller here without drawing in through these abdominal muscles quite yet. And then find that neutral in your pelvis. So rock forwards and backwards a few times. Settle in the middle, feet hip width apart, feet rooted down into the floor, arms placed nicely on the floor, so you can actually use the hands and the elbows a little bit. I like to have my fingertips on the front of the hips as well to see what the hips are doing. So lifting one leg to tabletop and come back down again. Push down into the floor, lift up the other one and come back down. Okay, so the trick is to try and stay as still as you possibly can. When the foot goes down, push down into the floor, peel up the other leg. Push down into the floor, peel up the other one. Using the glutes a little bit to push into the floor. Good work. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. So if you're finding this a little bit easy, whether it's your first time or whether you've done this 100 times, and you cross your hands across the chest, so you're working a little bit harder. You've just got to really concentrate here. Or you can take your arms out to the side with your palms up. And even harder, arms straight up above the head, which is really good for that shoulder mobility. But you've just got to make sure that you keep those ribs down and maintain that neutral pelvis. So there's a few different alternatives there. If you're quite new to this, then elbows on the floor, arms on the floor. Good, and then we're going to lower one knee out to the side and come back up again. So all of this may seem a little bit easy at the moment. If you're tempted to switch off, don't. We're going to do some much more taxing work in just a minute. This is all to set your deep abdominals. So drawing in through those deep abdominals, one thing that I've forgotten to mention so far is to think about using your pelvic floor once you've got that neutral position. You need to deepen through that pelvic floor contraction to make sure that it's helping to switch on those corset muscles around here to keep everything still. So lowering one knee out to the side and back up. These exercises feel like they're not doing enormous amounts, but trust me, they're working on those deep abdominals, your transversus abdominis, which comes around, and it works like a corset. So if anyone wants a flat tummy, these are the ones to do, even though they don't feel like they're doing enormous amounts. Just make sure you feel like you've got your pelvic floor switched on. Good. Good, one more each leg. Brilliant, and then sliding one leg away. Just going to move these out of the way for a second. Good, slide one leg away and come back up. Slide away and come back up. So we're opening out at the front of the hip here. And then pulling back up, using those deep abdominals. Try and maintain that neutral in your pelvis. The temptation here when you're stretching one leg out is to arch through the back and then to flatten when you pull it back in again. But we're trying not to do that on this exercise. Good stuff. Recheck your posture at this point. Lengthen the neck, widen the chest, ribs down, stay neutral, pelvic floor switched on. Brilliant. Just one more each side. Good work. Okay, so this is where we ramp things up a little bit. Let's just do a couple of shoulder bridges to make sure that we ease off through the back before we start. Okay, so right leg comes up to tabletop, draw in the tummy, peel up the left, right leg back down, left leg back down, and carry on right up, left, right down, left down, drawing in that lower tummy. Good. By the way, if you're going to buy one of these rollers, make sure that you get 90 centimetres long and 15 centimetres diameter. You can sell that. They sell them in half rollers, which are really good for releasing through certain areas, but not so great for these exercises. You need to be able to fit on it. Okay, we're going to swap legs, left leg first. Good, keep that tummy drawn in. Right leg up, peel up the left. Good, before you lift up that second leg, really make sure that you've got that deep abdominal contraction. So lift, draw the ribs down towards the pelvis, peel up the second one. This is where we're using the six-pack muscles on top of those deep abdominals. Good. Keep working. It's long, this one, but it's good for endurance. And basically what we want is endurance of these muscles. Good. Brilliant. Okay, in between, we're going to do a set of hundreds. So bring your chin to your chest, shoulders off, stretch your fingertips down towards your toes, keep that neutral in your pelvis, up and down with the hands. So this is where it ramps up. We're doing one exercise after the next, trying to get some great endurance of those deep abdominals muscles. So pulsing the hands up and down. 20 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One hand behind the head, open out the shoulder, up and down with the hand. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other hand behind the head, crunch a little bit more. Stretch your fingertips down towards your toes, pulse up and down, squeezing in through that pelvic floor. Everything's pushing downwards. You want the pelvic floor to lift and pull up. Good, last 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, come back down again. Have a breath. Okay, next level of this. Right leg up, draw the ribs down, squeeze in the tummy, pick up the other one, tapping the toes down. So tap, come back up. This is where it's ramped up a little bit, trying to keep as still as you can through the pelvis here. Good. You can have the toes pointed, or you can pull up each time if you want to. If you're more of a runner, think about pulling the toes up each time. If you're a dancer, keep the toes pointed. If you're neither, make your mind up. See which one feels more comfortable. But keep strong through the toes. That's the main thing, whether they're up or down. Keep strong through those ankles. Cool. 4 more. 3, 4. Good. One leg down at a time. You'll be feeling this a little bit more now. Chin to your chest, shoulders off. Stretch your fingertips down towards your toes. Little arch in the back. Up and down with the hands. 10, 2, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right hand behind the head, nice wide elbow. Up and down with the left. 9, 10, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. And breathe. 2, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Come back down again. Okay, right leg back up to tabletop, keep that arch in the back, squeezing in through the tummy, pick up the other one, knees and toes together, opening one knee at a time. So open, come back together, open, come back together. Keep the neck long, chin tucked, ribs down, shoulders wide. Good, elbows on the floor. You'll find this position that I find myself in each time, sort of gripping almost around the hips here with the elbows down on the floor. It tends to keep me in a good position. My little secret is I always tuck the chin. If I find I lift the chin there, I find everything goes into a bad position. So if I keep the chin tucked, everything stays where it should be. Doesn't work for everyone, but it's definitely something that I find I need to do each time. Make sure you're constantly drawing in the tummy. You're not feeling tempted to push it out. Good. 4 more. 2, 3. Or one leg down at a time. And just for a nice little rest, a set of hundreds. Chin to your chest, shoulders off, fingertips reaching down towards your toes. Up and down with the hands. Maintain that little arch in the lower back. Stretch your fingertips down towards your toes. Try and close down that gap between your ribs and your pelvis at the front. Shortening those abdominal muscles. Good stuff. Another 10 in this position. Right hand behind the head, nice wide elbow, left up and down. 10, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side, just support the head a little bit, help tuck the chin. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Come back down again. Okay, the next one with the legs up. Right leg up, draw in the tummy, peel up the left, and then stretch out and pull back in. Stretch out and pull back in. Good. I want you to tighten up through that whole leg. We don't get much opportunity during Pilates to strengthen through the thighs and tighten the thigh muscles. So really make the most of these exercises where you point and stretch that leg out. Really pull up through the thigh and stretch away as if you're trying to press a button on a far wall. There. Stretch away and pull back in. Scooping in that lower tummy. Make sure that you're not barreling out the lower tummy, which is what happens sometimes in order to try and get some strength through there. So keep breathing, keep drawing in, breathing into your lower outer lungs. Good. Four more. 3, 4. Brilliant. One leg down at a time. Give your legs a little shake and another set of hundreds. You see, we're supersetting these abdominal muscles. We need to get as much endurance through them as we possibly can. So chin to your chest, shoulders off, fingertips reaching down towards your toes and up and down with your hands. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right hand behind the head, nice wide elbow, up and down with the left hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Other side. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Okay. So one of my favourite exercises on the roller is with some weights. Anyone who's had any kind of neck and shoulder tightness and pain, it's a really good one to release through the neck and shoulders and to strengthen through the arms. So I've got some 2.5k weights here. You can use whatever you like. You can use a couple of water bottles if you like. You can even do this exercise without the weights. You don't necessarily need to. So same positioning on the roller, lengthen the back of the neck, drop the shoulders down away from the ears. And then if you can drop and lift a few times, just to find the range through your shoulders, just like through the pelvis, you've got this range through the shoulder girdle, and we need to find the neutral there, so not with the shoulder blades plonked down on the roller and not with them stretched too far away. So we want to settle somewhere in the middle, and we're just going to do these soldier arms to start with. So open out like so and come back, open out and come back. You just want to come level with the roller. Keep the elbows not locked out completely, just slightly soft but very strong through the arms. Just remember what the rest of the body needs to be doing. Feet hip width apart, pelvic floor switched on, neutral through there. Good. And ribs down. A common mistake is when you lift this arm up that this rib wants to come up. So every time that arm lifts, think about drawing the rib down on that side. Anyone with shoulder problems, just do slightly smaller movements. They don't have to be quite as dramatic as this long movement here. Good. One more each side. Good work. And then hands up together here. We're just going to do some flies here. So the elbows head down towards the floor, the palms are facing together, your elbows straight, and as you bring them back up to the front. So the couple of different things that I've been using are ballet arms, not so easy for anyone who hasn't done any ballet, or apparently hugging a tree. Whether you've hugged a tree or not, I think that really does make you think about how to use the arms for this exercise. Nice and wide and open. Try for the shoulder blades to not just come back and come together and butt into the roller. Try and keep them separated just a little bit to keep that control, like I say, around the shoulder blades and around the shoulders. Brilliant. So the next one, keep the palms facing each other, take the weights up so they're above your forehead, separate, tap through the shoulders, and then straighten up through the arms. This is a great exercise to feel like you're really using the abdominals to help out with the arms. So when you straighten out through the arms, draw the ribs down towards the pelvis at the front, scooping in that lower tummy, really feeling like that you're bringing in other muscles to help out and to stabilise whilst you use the arms strongly. We're designed to be used as one whole piece of equipment, everything working together, so why not encourage it just with your thought process and what you're using? Drawing those ribs down towards the pelvis, tap the shoulders with the weights, straighten back up again, try and keep the elbows pointing straight up towards the ceiling or the sky, depending on where they are. Good. 2 more. Last one. Brilliant. And then what I want you to do is drop the elbows straight down, weights straight up, and both arms come up, both arms come down. Good. You're going to be very stiff with this to start with. It is something that really improves, I promise, and wonderful for posture. And if you're doing this to help your body shape, posture is one of the most important things to help with body shape. You'll find after you've done Pilates a couple of times, you'll notice a big difference. It's not because you've necessarily toned up or slimmed down, it's because you are holding yourself much different. Good, 1 more. And then we're going to go alternate ways. So 1 up, 1 down. Good. 3. So great for shoulder mobility and great for shoulder stability as well. These are quite aggressive on the shoulders if you have any kind of shoulder injury, so just be careful with these. Maybe do them without weights or come off the roller and do them on the floor. If it gives you any pain, then it's best to stop. Brilliant. 1 more each side. Good stuff. Okay, weights to the side. Okay, and then we're going to bring the roller across your back here. For the girls out there, across the bra strap level. For the guys, I don't know, imagine where that is. Hands behind your head. Bum kind of nice and solid through the floor there, not with the bottom tucked under and your back flat. Just try and find that neutral. It's very difficult to find your neutral here when you're propped up. Feet hip width apart, hands behind your head, and then we're just going to do some crunches. Good. So we're not arching back too far over the roller. We're just going to go to straight and come back up. Good. Think about drawing those ribs down to the pelvis at the front. Some people find these a bit harder than others. 5, 6. You'll see that I'm shaking a little bit here. Doesn't seem to be very hard, but it's obviously challenging my body in a certain way that is making it want to shake. Good. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. Brilliant. Bring that leg up to tabletop and we're coming over to it. So don't come over with that elbow. Think about coming over with the shoulder. 4, closing in through your tummy. 5, 6, 7, 8. Really good for back mobility as well here. 10, 11, 12. We're doing 15, 13, 14, 15. Brilliant. Bring that leg down. Other leg up to tabletop and go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done. Don't lead with that elbow. 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. Okay. Roll it down to the end of your mat. Here, you're going to roll down with your feet on the roller, so can't resist to put a bit of glutes in here. This is a bit of glutes and hamstrings, so your feet are on the roller as close in towards your bum as you can. Keep the chest open, chin tucked, ribs down, tucking under, curling up, and then back down again. So activating through those glutes. 2, On the third one, we're going to stay up. One of my favourite exercises here, up. Good, stay there, roll the roller forwards and backwards for 30, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, another 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, curling back down again. Come up. A few of you might have cramped through your hamstrings a little bit there. It's quite common. So we're just going to roll out through the hamstrings here, turning the legs out so you can get through the outside of the hamstrings, turn the legs in. So this is another really good use of the roller, is to roll through certain areas of the body. Good, down by the knees as well. Do the calves obviously like this too, and the IT bands down the outside of the legs. Okay, so another set. Curl down, feet on the roller. Long neck, wide chest, tuck the bottom under, push down into it, and then rolling forwards and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, coming back up again and rolling out through the hamstrings. So I had a little bit of cramp there, so you know, all of us, it happens too. So through the hamstrings, often why it cramps is when your glutes are not firing enough. So your glutes should be holding you up there. In that shoulder bridge, and if your hamstrings are trying to hold you up there and move the roller backwards and forwards, that's when they tend to go into cramp like that. Okay, so make sure that that's eased off nicely. And talking about the glutes, let's do just a couple. You can use that weight on your knee, and we're just going to do some glute med. Tucking the bottom back, bottom under. Okay, and then lifting that top knee. You can be propped up on the elbow, or you can be down on the floor like so. Good, I'm going to come up on the elbow. It's easier to reach the weight down the leg here. Okay. 7, keep the tummy scooped in. 20, another 10. 9, 10, feet up to hip height, and keep going. So you can ditch this way at any time if you want to. Keep strong through that shoulder. Lift it up. 8. Note the speed of this. I do believe in doing these relatively fast so that you can get the same sort of action going that you would when you're walking or when you're running. Brilliant. Other side. Don't throw your weight. Okay, onto the elbow or down onto the floor. Like I said, tuck that bottom hip back, bottom under, scoop in through here, weight on the top of that leg, and then up and down. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Try not to rock that hip back. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet up to hip height. Now this doesn't have to be the same weight as you use for your arms. You can go down a weight or up a weight depending on how strong your legs are compared with your arms. I tend to stick on the same one. Good. And another 10. And like I say, you don't have to use the weight for this at all. 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Weight down. Okay, then we're going to use the roller to the side just to do a few stretches to finish off. Okay, so in this mermaid position here, and we're just going to roll the roller away, stretch away, and come back up again. Roll over, stretch away, and come back up. It's quite good stability of this arm actually, as you're rolling away and staying strong through that arm and shoulder. Keep the chest open, keep the tummy scooped in. Good. Brilliant, just 2 more. Last one. It's a really good feel-good one, this one. So if you want to pause it and do a few more, then do. And again, other side. 1, 2, 3. Good stuff. Scoop the tummy in. 4, 5, 6, Great, brilliant. Legs to the other side. Okay, the same way, stabilising through the shoulder. Let's see. Brilliant. You can do them a bit slower than this if you want to. Just depends on how you feel. Go at your own pace. Good stuff. Other side, to the more difficult side, coming over. Really good stretch through there. Good. Really important to open out through the side here. It's where a lot of back problems come from. Lack of ability to side bend and let go of your obliques and your quadratus lumborum, which is one of the muscles on the side. Always sounds a bit Harry Potter-like, I think. Quadratus lumborum. Last one. Brilliant. And then onto the hands and knees, just a little exercise called threading the needle. Hands and knees, tummy in, bottom under just a little bit, and then same arm as is on the side of the roller. Sorry, other arm. Straight up, back of the hand on the roller and scooch through. Good. Come back in, reaching up, rotating again. So good for thoracic rotation. So we've done our stability work on the roller, we've done our strength work, and now we're doing our mobility work to finish off. Really nice through the thoracic spine, but also good for these shoulders as well, stabilising through the shoulder and for shoulder mobility. Last one here. Good. Great place to work through your deep abdominals as well. So if you scoop in your lower tummy in this position too, you're getting some good lower tummy work too. Good stuff. Good, 2 more. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, so put the roller aside or bring it in front of you here. We're just going to bring the legs out into a V while I talk to you a little bit, so you can have your roller out in front. If you're lucky enough to have enough mobility through these adductors, then you can roll forwards like so. If not, then just put your hands behind and stretch up, and that should stretch through the adductors enough. Now, if you liked this video, then please click like and please write just a little comment, even if it's leave me alone, stop sending me these videos, I don't mind. Just ping a little comment in there, a little like. It really means a lot to me. Subscribe to my channel. It really helps me to build the channel, and it helps me to release videos once a week, every week on a Monday. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you feel stronger and more mobile and just more ready to face the rest of the day. Okay.